Hello all, hope you're having a good day today. I just want to drop a small video here to go over some things. I enjoy Tucker Carlson's podcast and everything, but a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, he had a guy on there, and they were talking about kabbalah. They were talking about spirituality, antichrist, and stuff like that. And I wanted to respond on this video because I don't think it was a very well-informed podcast that the presenter was giving Tucker, and of course he swallowed all of it because he doesn't know any of it, and that I could understand he don't. And the guy on the interview was saying that basically Kabbalah, and when you say words like Kabbalah or Gnosticism or paganism, you need to be very careful because you're putting everything under one umbrella. And one thing this guy truly did on this podcast was he was putting all of the forms of Kabbalah under one umbrella. In other words, you can't put Frankism with the Kabbalah that many today study. In other words, that Chabad and Breslov and a lot of the newer are studying is not that of Frankist understanding. The Frankist, and I can't think of the original guy who converted to Islam, he claimed to be Messiah. Zatat, I can't think of his name. But anyway, these guys perverted their understanding of Kabbalah, or maybe they were brought up within a tradition of perverted Kabbalah. And today, when you study the New Testament, especially when you're studying Galatians and a lot of Paul's writings, you will see what I would call a lot of Kabbalistic understanding. Now, the word Kabbalah just means to receive, is all it means. It's not a religion, it's not a spirituality. It means to receive upper knowledge, or, that's a very, very plain answer to that. But that's exactly what it means. But I see a lot of people who want to make all Kabbalah evil. And another thing, too, after Charlie Kirk was killed, a lot of people were starting to blame pagans for it because, quote unquote, a few witches got together and they did a spell. Well, first of all, a real witch would not do that unless they're really, really, really dark, because you don't do anything against anybody within like witchcraft. Not supposed to. And yes, there are dark sides, just like there's dark sides of everything. There's dark sides of Christianity with KKK, with the Third Reich. Some of it was included with Christianity and stuff within that. Of course, we'd say that's a perverted, they would be quick to jump that. But the fact is there's also deep corruptions with every faith, with every understanding, with all. So I just wanted to address that. And if you go back and watch Tucker's Carlson, you'll see what I'm talking about. Kabbalah today, and Candace makes the same mistake too, and I like Candace Owens too. But the dark side of Kabbalah is not what everybody is studying. Just like the dark side of Christianity is not what everybody's studying. And the dark side of paganism is not what everybody is studying. So you cannot use a wide brush to explain different traditions and understandings. And probably most of the problem is people read one thing or hear one thing on TikTok and they create a whole book within that, and you can't do it. You just can't do it. Kabbalah came way before the Zohar ever came along. The higher understandings came a long time. It's within Gnosticism. It's within everything. It's within Christianity. Matter of fact, I call most Pentecostal Christians Kabbalistic because they receive higher understandings in their views of the Holy Spirit, of healing, casting out demons that most Protestants don't, or Catholics or Orthodox don't. And if you study early Orthodox Christianity understanding within their books, you see a lot of what I would call higher understandings of Kabbalah and Gnosticism. And I'm not talking about the religion here. Again, don't paint with a broad brush. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that be careful what you hear, because you're going to hear a lot of negativity about a lot of things, and you can't take it all for granted. Study to show thyself approved. Study, study, study. Don't watch TikTok. Get you some books and actually read. Thank you.